How are you doing? I hope your Saturday is going incredibly well. Incredibly well. Hey, Logan's Cool Reptiles, how are you? Hello. We are talking about the big, bad Bushmaster tonight. You know, apart from being hot, I'm good. It is right now 92 degrees. 92 degrees today, right now. It is hot. Oh, sorry you were not here for the earlier one? Dude, that is okay. It was a good live, though. It was a good live. My thing says 92. I will take it. That's 1 degree less. We will give it another couple of minutes and then we will get started. Yes, I think so. I think that's what's going to happen anyway. That's not what I wanted. We are currently sitting at 1,560 subscribers. That is 142 subscribers in the last 28 days. We have 59.1 thousand views, 349.1 watch time hours as of this live. And we are also sitting at 2,619 public watch hours. We are inching ever so close to that 3,000 mark, ladies and gentlemen, which is insane because I remember pushing for 500, and here we are at over 500, well above 500 actually, and it's crazy. Uh-oh. Is it doing it again? Watch time hours? I didn't get your question. On the phone. Oh, hold on. So, watch time hours is the total time that a viewer spends watching your videos. Now, you have to accumulate to monetize your channel. It used to be that you had to have 3,000 to monetize, and maybe you still do. But that doesn't count because it has to be within a 12-year period. Within a 12-year period. Now, that does not include a 12-month period. 12 months. If I said 12 years, I meant 12 months. Now, that does not include private videos. No. It has to be public. It also is important to have engagement. So you guys coming into lives and sticking through lives, that counts too. So all of that, really good things. Really good things. So public watch hours, slightly different. I'm going to explain this and then we are going to get started. So, public watch hours are the total time that my viewers, and it doesn't have to be subscribers, but my viewers watch a video. Any of my public videos and lives count. That's why. Now, that can be you rewatch it, you might replay it, but if it is an unlisted, privated, or deleted video, those do not count. So if I decide to delete a video, I lose all of that. All of that is gone. So that's why I try really, really hard not to delete messages, because, or not messages, but yeah, that's why I try not to delete things, because then I lose. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Logan's not here to talk about that. We are going to be talking about a snake. And the snake that we are talking about puts what we talked about earlier to shame. And I mean that, honestly. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, this is the Natureverse 4.7, and I am your host, Nature Guy X46. And I love all things nature, from the tiniest of animals to the tallest trees. And today we are talking about the black-headed Bushmaster. Now, this snake is only native to 2 countries, Costa Rica and Panama. Now, they are going to grow to be 2 meters or 6.6 feet in length. And they feed exclusively on small rodents. Unlike some pit vipers, these females lay eggs. And they can lay up to 16 eggs. It can take up to 80 days for this animal to hatch their eggs. These snakes are big snakes, as I mentioned earlier, and it's not one that you want to mess with. I'm taking a pause to make sure that I actually have people that I'm talking to. Okay. They are venomous. Just like the rattlesnake that we talked about earlier, but on a much grander scale. And we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about their venom, because that's not what we're talking about today. They are venomous with big fangs. Remember, pit vipers fold up their fangs at the top. They are nocturnal, but when a male is out chasing females, they may be a little bit more crepuscular, meaning that they're active at dawn and dusk and night. This snake is not super common. There have been expeditions going out to find this animal, only not to find it. So there is a push for the IUCN to reevaluate this snake because they believe that it's probably not vulnerable, but is actually critically endangered. Now, while I said we weren't going to talk about the venom, we're not going to go into any big detail, but I do want to talk about it a little bit. They can yield up to 411 milligrams of venom. 411 milligrams. Think about that. 411 milligrams of poison, of venomous liquid. Now, this venom destroys tissue. It contains hemorrhagic properties, neurotoxic properties, as well as the ability to destroy tissue. Now, symptoms from this bite includes a lot of really bad stuff that I'm not going to cover immediately right now. Stats. According to the IUCN website, they are vulnerable. Their trend is for drops in their population. No, I do not have a number of mature individuals. Probably because this animal is so rare outside of, well, its natural habitat. But let's see if we can find out. Whoops. You guys are like really freaking me out tonight. So, in the United States, there are only 7 facilities that house this animal. Only 5. Only 7. They are Los Angeles, the Forever Wild Exotic Animal Sanctuary, the San Antonio Zoo, San Diego Zoo, the Phoenix Herpetological Sanctuary, the St. Louis Zoo, and McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. Europe has 5. Germany has 1. Croatia has 1. Austria has 1. Sweden has 1. And the Czech Republic has 1. Now, when I say they have 1, I mean they have 1 zoo in each one of those areas that house those snakes. Russia even has 1. Or 1 zoo, I should say. Now, things could change. And that's the thing with zoos. Deaths can happen. New animals can come in. So, that may not be updated. Absolutely may not be updated. So it is hard to know exactly what is going on with this species. But we are not done yet. So, last time I talked about this topic, this particular why are they endangered, I got chewed out by somebody. This species is threatened by some very heavy hitting issues. Those issues are deforestation, habitat degradation, and habitat fragmentation. Why is this stuff happening? Oil palm plantations, which we usually think of being an Asian thing, and not an Asian thing per se, but in Asia thing. Cattle ranching and timber plantations. So they go in, they wipe out the rainforest, and that eliminates home. The pet trade is even an issue for the snake, if you can imagine. What we don't know is how big of an impact the pet trade has on this animal. We just don't know. There's a lot. When I talk about, and we talked about this in depth in the last live, we talked about snake handling. Guys, this snake is a monster. When I call it a monster, I don't mean that it's aggressive. It's massive. I talked about it being 6'6", or 6.6 feet long. It can reach 6.6 feet long, with some specimens even making it to 7.9 feet. They can weigh up to 15 pounds. Now, I know that sounds like it is not a lot, but average weight for this guy is 11 pounds. So they're not the biggest snake out there, but they are one of the biggest snakes in our hemisphere. So between North and South America, this is one of the biggest snakes. Bushmasters are a beast, a reptilian beast. There are probably bigger snakes like boa constrictors and other boas that are in the rainforest, but none of them carry the venom that this guy carries. And somehow this always comes up. If you are unfortunate and you do take a bite 45 minutes to as little as 10 minutes. That's what you have. Now, potentially, it could be hours or days, but 15 minutes after you were bitten is when you start having symptoms. Symptoms that are not limited to but include nausea, swelling, numbness, rapid pulse, projectile vomiting, diarrhea, shock, pulmonary edema, and kidney failure. And trust me, that's a pinch of what you get. Hi, Aiden Edits Titans, and hi, Glenn Carter. What is that about water moccasins? The Bushmaster, luckily, tends to be a shy snake. It's secretive. There are other snakes that are more common that bite people more often. But it's not a snake that you want to take a bite from. Some snakes within this group, within the Bushmaster group, can reach 9 feet. They're a beast. I hope you guys are having a great week. If you're still here and you want to chat, let's have it. I am here for it. That is all I have, unless you have questions or comments or whatnot. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you guys another few minutes, and then I'm going to sign off myself. Because if there's nobody to talk to, and I've already done my share, I'm not going to stay on. I do rely on your guys's participation in lives, as well as, it keeps me going. So if you have questions or comments, share them. I probably will give you guys another minute or two, and then I'm going to head out. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Hopefully next week is good for you. Coming up next week, I like doing this on Saturdays, letting you guys know what is coming up so you know what lives you may want to come to and which ones you want to avoid. Coming up next week, we have Exploring Nature, Striped Skunk, and Striped Skunk at 1 a.m. Or, sorry. We have Exploring Nature, Striped Skunk at 1 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. we are doing Spotted Skunk. On Friday, we are doing Red Sea, and then on the 27th, then at 7 p.m., we are doing Dead Sea. And then on Saturday at 1 p.m., we are going to be discussing the Swan Goose. And then at 6 p.m., we are going to be doing the Orinoco Goose. So that is what is coming up next week. With that, guys, I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye. Gonna wait and see if anybody pops in. Doesn't look like it. Goodbye, everybody.